Jello! Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi. Can you guys hear me? Everything okay? Yeah. Should be good. I'm messing with the lighting still. There's kind of weird lighting in here, so I'm working on it a bit. I'm not sure I'm totally happy with it. Let me adjust stuff a little bit. You know, I realize I'm like, I gotta do this like such a tight show because it's like going to a podcast, but I'm like, I could fucking edit it. I gotta calm down. Anyways. Hi from Norway, hello. Boy, do I love your music. Can I bring that one down, maybe 25? I'm messing with lighting, everybody just be cool. Anyways, hi. Yeah, I'm still not happy with the lighting. I'm gonna fuck around for a minute, everybody just be cool. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust some stuff. How are you guys doing? What's new? I have been doing. I just shot a really fun thing for a streaming service. That I'm gonna be able to talk about in a couple weeks. I think I just saw. I finished the entire Fallout series, which I want to talk about at some point. Finland, Michigan, it's awesome. I like having an international audience. I like that there's a lot of people from different places here. It makes me happy. There we go. You're watching it tonight? The Fallout series? It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna go live on TikTok too. There we go. Hey, boy, am I not happy with this lighting. Let me try one more thing with the lighting. I'm gonna try just opening this up. You ever stream your gameplay? I was thinking about doing a game. I don't know what my schedule is, but I think maybe I'll do this, take a break, and then maybe I'll come back. And I haven't played Fallout New Vegas. I really want to do that. Give me 1 second to try to adjust something. Ah, fucking damn it. This might be better or worse, I'm not sure, but we're doing it. It's worse. Okay, hold on. I'm messing with my windows right now. I kind of miss doing some stuff. I miss doing stuff in like a studio environment. It was better that way. Tried to finish Shogun. You think you're 3 episodes from the end? I heard it was really good. I also heard a lot of people complaining about it like it's not that amazing. But it seems like it's my kind of thing. I'm pretty sure I'd enjoy it. Hi everybody joining on TikTok. It's good lighting. Are you a perfectionist? A little bit, yeah. Also just like doing content creation in general is like a super, like, you feel very exposed and you want to make sure that you're in a controlled environment as much as possible, if that makes sense. That was a typo. Hi from Italy. Hi, Paula. But yeah, so the main thing, first of all, let me just start the whole podcast thing. Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast recording. I've been doing these streams just once every Saturday. Last week we had a guest on. That was fun. That was the first time for my friend Jack. I want to do that more. This time, I think this week I was just kind of like, I've been so busy this week that I just wanted to just pump this out and just kind of do it on my own. Plus, I like just doing it on my own too. Every once in a while, it's good to have a friend, and I think next time I'm going to try to have my friend Max on. He runs Donut Media. He's the creative director over there. They're one of the big car YouTube channels with like 8 million subscribers. So they're really cool. Do I live on the ocean? Sounds like water? What sounds like water? I don't think so. Oh, you know what? Oh my God, you're actually hearing it on the mic. It is the dog and cat's water fountain. That's what you're hearing. That's so funny. Kitty's in the background, you're looking at me running around. Taxi, hi from Germany, hi. Hello from YouTube land. I also like doing this because when I don't have a friend on and we're live, then I can actually just talk to you guys, which is kind of the point of doing this live, which I enjoy. Cheers from Portugal. That was a fun stream last week. Fiona, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, Jack is great. But yeah, our main story today, and what I mostly wanted to talk about is this dumbass TikTok ban bill shiz. So if you didn't see, this happened today. It just happened. The House of Representatives voted Saturday to approve legislation that could ban TikTok nationwide by 2025, following years of scrutiny into whether the popular social media app poses national security and privacy risks. Now, we're going to get into this, but I will tell you that they did the government thing of where they wrap it into something else that's bigger. This is very, very typical of American government. I can't speak to governments worldwide, but it's very, very typical that if you want to sort of, you can like sneak something in, you put it in into a much larger bill. So the House voted 360 to 58 to approve the bill, which included some funding to Ukraine in the form of a loan, while also approving the U.S. to use frozen Russian assets to help Ukrainian efforts. But that's what I mean. So it's like, it's one of those things, it's like you sneak in all of this other stuff. So it's not like they voted on that. They voted on something else entirely different, and it just happens to this also be affecting TikTok. So I like, obviously this is great, still funding Ukraine to help them. That's fabulous. And using frozen Russian assets to help the Ukrainian war effort, that sounds like a win-win. Great. But they're also sneaking in this bullshit about banning TikTok. So the bill, included in a contested foreign aid package, will require China-based ByteDance to sell TikTok within 270 days or face a ban in the U.S., though President Joe Biden has the option to extend the deadline by 90 days, which makes sense because it might just take a while for a deal to go through. Now, of course, this is the American government we're talking about. So, in addition to them doing the kind of skeezy thing of slipping it into a much larger bill that it's difficult for liberals to vote against, because this is the kind of thing where it's like, if you wanted to vote against this because you don't want the TikTok ban, then you would also have to have on your record that you voted against Ukrainian aid, which blows. What the fuck is this ad? Shutterstock, what the fuck is this ad? That was so weird. It's like a bunch of little kids. Ugh. God damn it, so stupid. Anyways, so now, of course, the Conservative Party in the United States has globbed onto the idea of selling ByteDance, or ByteDance selling TikTok, because it poses an existential threat to democracy via it being owned by a Chinese company, quote unquote. Now, the thing is, the reason they got, and by the way, my opinion on this has not changed much, but generally speaking, I'll say that it's an easy talking point because China bad, communism bad, and remember I think the median age of people in Congress or in the Senate is like late 60s. So like this is like the heyday. This is like their golden era when they were in their prime getting into the government. It was about catching the Reds. It was about taking on communism. So this is just like, they're just like the Manchurian candidate. Be like, oh, communism, attack, get rid of it. It's very easy for them to jump on board with that because that's what they're programmed to do. Now, in addition to that, it being easy political points, it being something that they understand, and they know that their general audience of older Midwestern people who are glued to their sofas, the idea of having to force ByteDance to sell TikTok to an American company means that it is going to get bought most likely by one of the big tech companies, meaning Apple, Google, Meta. And if you've been paying even a little bit of attention to the American government and how Congress works, you know that all of our Congress people, all of our politicians are deeply invested in the stock market, grossly so. One might say to an extent that corruption is a word that could be used. So if it's sold to an American company that is publicly traded, it is extremely likely that everybody in Congress who voted for this is going to benefit from it financially because the stock of that company will go up. If Meta buys TikTok, their stock will go up. We'll see a bump from that. And then everyone who owns Meta stock, of which we can see very clearly, it is very public information, that a lot of politicians will literally gain wealth from that. And even if it doesn't get sold to a publicly traded company, let's say it ends up getting bought by a private equity firm, which is extremely possible. Just a bunch of rich people get together in their eyes wide shut orgy, and they're talking about how they can scrap up the funds from Saudi Arabia and elsewhere to buy this thing, which is, I assure you, how this happens. Could then, as long as it's like, all right, they need to do a quick sale, great, we have the money, just give it to us, we got it. Now they can take their time and shop it around to a publicly traded company. So it could be a matter of like, oh, well, ByteDance doesn't want to sell it to Meta or Google or Apple or whomever, but they're fine with selling it to a private equity firm, but then they could take it, roll it into a package that they then sell to Meta, Google, Facebook, whatever. So that's how this is all going to go. I do think it is going to get sold. I think they're going to have to do this. It's going to be annoying. I don't think it's going to get banned. I don't think we're going to any of us are going to see anything that even slightly equals a change in the app. I don't think it's going to be like when Elon bought Twitter and the whole thing changed. I don't think it's going to be like that at all. See, I think the deal is already done. I mean, Elaine, it's not done. It's definitely like this is just the next step in several more steps that are going to equal it. This having to get done. But yeah, Biden signaled support for the legislation. Said if they pass it, I'll sign it, which is typical. That's fine, whatever. I get it. That version, earlier version of the bill required ByteDance to divest within 180 days of the fast track that approved the bipartisan support in the House last month after it received rare unanimous approval from the House Energy and Commerce Committee. That version was held up in Senate after Senator Maria Cantwell, a Democrat from Washington, argued the ban should be extended from 6 months to a year to ensure there's enough time for a new buyer to get a deal done. That's fair. That's super fair. TikTok said it's unfortunate the House is using the cover of important foreign and humanitarian assistance to once again jam through a bill that would trample the free speech rights of 170 million Americans, devastate 7 million businesses, and shutter a platform that contributes $24 billion to the U.S. economy annually. Couldn't agree more. TikTok told Forbes that forcing ByteDance to divest doesn't solve the problem, adding a change in ownership would not impose any new restrictions on data flow or access. Hey, they're being such fucking dicks, man. They're being such dicks. DJ, we'll vote for the bill if this section is removed. It's something they can put out if they want. Yeah, I mean, they exactly hit it the nail on the head here. That it's like, yeah, they're wrapping it up in humanitarian aid because you can't vote no for that because this is something that is mostly like it's the conservative party that is championing this deeply. So they know that the liberals in Democrats in Congress can't vote against humanitarian aid for Ukraine and have that on their record. So they snuck this through. Why this is allowed to happen where they can shove stuff in like this, I don't fucking know. But that is how it works. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that is 100% how it works. It's kind of wild. Wild stuff. You don't trust Meta? I don't necessarily trust Meta either. That's the thing. It's like the whole crux of this has been we don't trust China with our data and what they're going to do with it. But we also can't trust American companies with our data. Meta there's no evidence of ByteDance, TikTok using our data for evil. However, there is evidence of Meta using our data for evil. So it's all under the guise of the word foreign adversaries. It's because there's a more seemingly direct pipeline of our information to a foreign adversary being China. And then by extension, like China to Russia or whatever. But it's easier for people to understand that pipeline than to understand the eyes wide shut orgy of American companies dealing in your data. Jay Jones, they won't do line item voting. I don't understand why. It would take so much longer. It's already, I mean, the bureaucracy of everything is already overwhelming. They would never get anything done. Ever. But yeah. DJ, it happens in Canada too, but sometimes they ratify and remove it before passing. Yeah, that would be nice, but I just, you're assuming that they're gonna be efficient and actually do something with that. Billionaire ex-owner Elon Musk tweeted his opposition to the TikTok ban Friday, saying it's contrary to the freedom of speech and expression. I mean, he's a self-labeled free speech absolutist, so it makes sense that he would think that, despite it being against his interests as someone who owns a social media company, quote unquote. This is basically our generation's Red Scare. Peter on TikTok. That is a very good way of putting it. That's exactly a good way of putting it. And again, it's because the heyday of the people that we're talking about in the House and their constituents are people who, in the 80s, they still have that general fear and hatred towards communism, and that is what is being levied now. Arthur, I don't think anybody from the big ones could do it helping with creating monopoly. That doesn't mean that other players would be any better. OpenAI buying it so they can use all the data for their neural network. Scary. Yeah, the idea of OpenAI along with some private equity buying buying TikTok, their only motivations would be to use that information to train neural nets, which is very, very scary because it's a repository. It's also, I don't know what, if your For You page might be normal. Mine is fucked up. It's very, very weird. So I don't necessarily feel comfortable with a neural net being trained off of the brain rot skibbity memes that are on my TikTok right now. Luciano, I mean, communism isn't great either. Yeah, but it's not about that. It's just it's a talking point. It's just a word being thrown around. In actuality, it is not a player. There's no evidence of it being a player in this theory of political data bargaining that is happening in the world right now. And again, I'm not even saying like communism good. It just, the fact is it has nothing to do with that. It just doesn't. You would look something up on Facebook and the government's listening to you. The government's always listening to everything. It just is what it is. Like I've been hanging out with a Russian friend, and all of a sudden now my TikTok is showing me a bunch of stuff in Russian. Like Russian memes and stuff, like Russian language stuff. It's like, it just knows. It knows. And it's fine. Everything does that. Instagram's gonna start showing me bear memes, probably. Fighting bears in the wood memes. Or vodka ads. It is what it is. It's just gonna happen. That's the world we live in. Deal with it. Which one is better, Biden and Trump? I'm not even gonna get into that, but we don't have great options right now. To be clear, politics is always the lesser of two evils. It doesn't mean that one person is good or bad. It's like even everybody who loved Obama, it's like then they were like, wait, where's all this change? It's like, and then it's like everyone realized it's like, oh wait, he's actually a friend of big government. It's like, yeah, no shit. Do you understand what you have to do to become the president of the United States? The amount of, again, like mansion orgies in which you decide the fate of the world. The Illuminati shit. You have to shovel. It's insane. Like, that's everybody. This is how the world works. Arthur, you get a message per week that somebody tried to log into your account on Facebook. I get that with Instagram a lot. People trying to get into my Instagram. But I'm also just, as somebody who's like, name is out there, I know that my information has been leaked a couple times through press lists and stuff like that, which is unfortunate. So I know that my information is out there, perhaps a little bit more than the average person, just because of a few high-profile leaks that I know happened. And also, it's one of those things. It's like when we talk about data, like like data as a commodity that can be sold and used. Like we're thinking about it in terms of like the election manipulation that Russia managed to pull off. But in actuality, most of it is really just like Meta does it. Their main interest is not politics. It is being able to better serve you products so their ads are more valuable, and then they get more money for it. It's just a money thing more than it is anything else. So like, and at its core, is it the worst thing in the world that if I'm searching for antique Tiffany lamps, that I get served more information about antique Tiffany lamps? Is that the worst thing in the world? No. If anything, it's great. It's a better tool. I actually have nothing against that. It's just, again, where that information ends up, because there was a time not that long ago when we wouldn't think about it being a reality that our information would be used to train very complex neural networks. And like, we're living in a world right now where technically speaking, if we use our imagination a little bit more than we probably should, the Netflix algorithm that recommends you movies could probably take over the world. It's possible. It's not likely. It's possible. Just out of curiosity, you actually Googled yourself on YouTube name, and bam. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff. Just so TikTok, Space Blend, is TikTok going away? No, it's not going away. If anything, it's just the government doing their nonsense. and they're gonna make ByteDance sell it. That's all it really comes down to. It'll go to a firm, an investment firm. It'll go to one of the big tech companies. There's a lot of different routes it can go, but ultimately it's going to end up in somebody's hands for evil, to train neural nets to better serve us Tiffany lamps, stuff like that. I don't know. None of it's great. It just is what it is. You've been whispering tadpole to your phone to see what happens. Nothing so far. Give it a couple hours. Tadpole is that's very specific. I don't know. I would maybe try a consumer product and see what happens. Thought ByteDance said they wouldn't sell. Yeah, but I don't know what move they have though. They're still going to try to fight this every chance they get, but I don't know what their next move is to actually try to stop that from happening, other than just let it not be around in the U.S. I really don't know what their move is, what they could do. Watch Meta buy it. Well, they have the money. There are a few companies that have the money. I honestly would not be surprised if we end up seeing Apple try to get into it. I would not be surprised, actually. Apple's one of those companies where people sit around writing articles about like what are they going to do with all their fucking money. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. Also, Apple Plus is, they kind of need something else. You would much rather X buy it? Oh, that's not going to happen. X can't buy anything. Elon Musk would be buying it, and he's already cash poor because he blew all his... He used all his cards at once to buy Twitter. Hold on, I'm going to adjust camera stuff. I assure you, he does not have the money to do that. I assure you. Is it only the U.S. with objections to TikTok? As I understand it, the U.K. also has problems. Similar gripes, but they're also run by the Conservative Party right now, so I don't know. It's all just a money thing. It's all just a money thing. It's a money and a control thing. I'm not super jazzed about it, obviously. I don't want it to go away. I also don't really want it to be owned by Mark Zuckerberg, but generally, I just want like TikTok is my favorite platform. It is. They have the best algorithm for serving you content that you're interested in. And I believe it is the closest thing to the democratization of information that we've had since Wikipedia. The information's out there. It's people are learning about things they never would have been exposed to otherwise. It is a fabulous educational platform. And it's also very, very funny. Tony, thanks for the heart me on TikTok. I appreciate you. But yeah. You wouldn't be mad if Apple bought it? I mean, if they bought it, I'd be, yeah, I mean, I think they have their own evil empire, but not to the extent that like Mark Zuckerberg has, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. I guess that's pretty much all I have to say for the TikTok stuff. There's not a ton of information to go off of. It's just, they passed this. It's the next step has happened. I don't know what's ultimately going to happen with it, but I really hope it doesn't go away. I don't think it's going to go away. It'll just end up getting sold and by some douchebag, and then the real evil is going to happen. Just remember, whatever's happening right now with our data, it's going to be so much worse. So much worse once an American company has it. In my humble opinion. Anyways. Oh, Sauce, thanks for the resub. Sorry, I didn't thank you a little bit ago. What's up? Off topic, have you watched Fallout? That's exactly what I was going to talk about, actually. Fallout officially got renewed for Season 2 at Amazon. I loved it. I really liked it. I really like it. I really, really enjoyed Fallout. Now, I am a big Bethesda fan. I actually don't give a shit about Fallout, though. I'm an Elder Scrolls guy. but I really really enjoyed it. It's extremely violent, which took a little bit of getting used to because I don't love like crazy violence because I like to watch stuff while I eat, and then I can't eat anymore when someone's head gets blown off. But I enjoyed it. I liked all the characters. I liked all the actors. What's it about? Oh, if you don't know anything about the Fallout show or the Fallout series, it's basically like retrofuturism. It's like nuclear era, but in the future. It's hard to describe. The only way I can really describe it is retrofuturism. Yeah, the cast is great. Settings are great. Walton Goggins is great. I'm glad that a lot of people are jazzed on him again. He's a fabulous actor. But yeah, I really. Interesting. They're gonna shoot it in California. I'm trying not to do any spoilers when we talk about this, but I really enjoyed the series. I really really enjoyed it. Props were great. Settings were great. Special effects, everything except for like no spoiler, but like the foot. If you know what I'm talking about, the foot was the only bad CGI they had. That looked very cheesy. Everything else was good. Sci-fi, the sound of it. Oh yeah, it's definitely sci-fi. Yeah, it's sci-fi. It's great. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. I'm super glad Kyle MacLachlan is in stuff again. I want him to keep doing really, really big stuff. Do I play games? Yeah, I play games. I want to do. I've never played Fallout New Vegas. I'm gonna play that. I think next maybe on stream, maybe not. I don't know. But either way, I'm starting that up soon. So I'm excited about that. Another thing I watched. We're talking about Fallout. I also watched Late Night with the Devil, that horror movie. I don't know if anybody's seen that yet. I think it just came out. Like just came out. But bruh, it is so good. It is so good. It is a very different format from most horror movies. It's basically, the whole idea is it's a 70s late night show a la, if it was anybody, it kind of reminds me of Dick Cavett, but it's like the era of like Johnny Carson and all that. They actually make a Johnny Carson joke in it, so he's not Johnny Carson, but he's closest, I think, to Dick Cavett. And then it's like a show of people sort of on two sides of something, and then they'll end up arguing and walking off and stuff like that. It's very close to that. But it's like they're doing a Halloween episode, and they have like a medium on who's sort of a fraud, and they have this guy who's like a skeptic, magician who proves all these, like, how they're all charlatans. And then they have this woman on who's essentially like not an exorcist, but kind of an exorcist. And then she brings on this girl who's essentially like the girl in The Exorcist. And they all start to realize, like, this is for real. And shit starts going down. But it's interesting because it's done. They have a long opening section that gives you all the backstory you need to know, which I felt was actually unnecessary. And they could have gotten a lot of that context through without having to do, because it just felt like the opening of Anchorman. It's like this 70s newsy sort of feel, and then a narrator. It felt like the opening to Anchorman, which kind of was like a little weird. And then it didn't feel like a horror movie until like 45 minutes into it. But after that intro point, the whole thing becomes a real-time shooting of a late night program. So like when they go to commercial break, it goes to like behind the scenes footage that people are shooting. And then when it comes back from break, it goes to like the actual studio cameras as if you're watching the episode. Oh god. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. It's streaming on Amazon through Shudder. It's great. You can do a free trial of it. I highly recommend it. It was really good. It's different. It's very, very different kind of horror movie. Do I believe in exorcisms? No. I think basically probably every exorcism ever recorded has probably just ultimately been someone who was suffering from seizures and they need to understand what the underlying cause was. Or people not understanding how to deal with their bipolar daughter. I think it's lots of shit like that. Troy just joined. They passed the ban. It moved from the House. It's going to the Senate now as a part of a bigger package. They're not going to ban TikTok, but they're likely going to try to force the sale. I don't see anywhere around that. But yeah, watch Late Night with the Devil. I highly recommend it. But speaking of that movie, it actually reminds me. There's been a couple movies between Late Night with the Devil and then the new A24 movie Civil War. They've both gotten in trouble because they are using AI-generated ads. Now, I know people have been giving like this, like here's the Sphere in Vegas, and everyone's like, that looks like it might be AI. There's like little telltale signs, and then stuff like this. It's lots of like, and then the duck boats in Echo Park, like everyone's like, that looks like AI, and they were right, it is AI. And then of course they're like, kind of go fuck yourself. We're gonna do AI. And then like the director and the star of Late Night with the Devil also responded saying they experimented with only a few images of AI. But I mean, ultimately, this is going to keep happening where they're going to keep using it a little bit, and people will get upset and they'll write articles. But eventually, it's just going to be so many people are doing it that we're going to get used to it, and no one's going to care anymore, and they're going to stop writing the articles. I don't think there's any way to stop it. And I will also say that everybody going after the directors and the stars, trying to get them to answer for these AI images, I cannot fully explain how little filmmakers actually have, how little control they have over the marketing of their own films. Like, this is just the studio doing their thing, but the studio executives are not the ones who are sat in front of people having to answer questions. So they're the ones who have to take the brunt of it. I just will say that, like, it's not their fault. They don't have control over this. It is kind of what it is. And I don't think there's any way to really stop it. It's unfortunate. I kind of wish they hadn't. Also, they're not great ads. I think Late Night with the Devil, I'm not even sure what their AI stuff was, but the Civil War stuff, the Sphere one, how hard would it have been to just pay a fucking artist to just make this? It probably would have taken just like a day. Like, this stuff wouldn't have been that hard. Just pay a fucking artist. Anyway, it just bums me out a little bit. But you can tell with this one especially, you can see it's like, okay, they took this photo, and then it's like, okay, circle this part, and then add in soldier, add in whatever this is. So it bums me out. Bums me out a little bit, but it is what it is. It's a tool like any other. They're going to keep using it, and, we're going to have to get on board, because no matter what, the legislation is not going to keep up with, and the copyright law, nothing is going to be able to keep up with the technology itself. Yeah, I can do anything. Yeah, we're living in an AI world. It kind of is what it is. Amber, what do you think the ending meant? You were confused about that. Of what? Of Late Night with the Devil? I can't say because I don't want to spoil it. I thought they spelled it out, because I was watching it with somebody, and I literally said out loud, I'm like, oh, I get it. That's what this is. And then one of the characters kind of like spelled it out. I'm like, oh, I kind of wish they hadn't spelled it out and left it a little more ambiguous. Can I say the cult that in the beginning of the movie they mentioned that he was in that like secret society thing? It's that they as soon as they mentioned that in the beginning, I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna be a major aspect of this. So they wouldn't have shoehorned in this exposition in the beginning of this. So that's obviously going to be a huge part of it, and then in the end, it actually was, obviously. But it was pretty straightforward. I thought it was pretty straightforward, the ending. Amber, DM me about it. I'll tell you what the ending is. It was super clear. To me, it's super clear. It's not ambiguous at all. I wish it had been a little more ambiguous, but it was good. I highly recommend it. I will say it's not a horror movie for about 45 minutes. It takes a while, but again, the whole idea is that you're watching in real time a late night show. So it's like, it's gonna act like a normal late night show until it's not. Until shit hits the fan, and then it gets real weird. See, Amber, no, it wasn't real. I don't want to say anything. I can't say anything. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I want you all to watch it. It is really, really good. It's really, really good. It's called Late Night with the Devil. Can watch it on Amazon, on Shudder through Amazon. It is so good. It's also in theaters, but it's a good watch at home movie because it's supposed to be, it's presented as a late night show, and that's something you would watch on TV anyway. You watched it yesterday on Shudder. It's good, man. It's really good. It's very, very good. I highly recommend watching it. Highly, highly, highly. It is so different. And I'm extremely appreciative of them trying something so different, and that it being like a real time late night show. I just wish they hadn't spent all that time, like the 10 minutes in the beginning, with all the backstory. But I understand they sort of presented it like the intro to a documentary, and then they showed the footage. But I almost wish it was presented more like found footage, where it was just like a card, like an opening card kind of explaining, and then it just played the tape, instead of them having this entire documentary opening. Because I think all of that information could have been trickled out during the breaks or through dialogue, because it kind of already was. It felt like they already explained a lot of this stuff. But that's just me. They already talked about the TikTok ban. Yeah, they're gonna end up selling it. It's just they pulled a bullshit move where they packaged it in with aid to Ukraine so that Democrats couldn't vote against it. It was skeezy. You're curious if I'm planning on seeing the new Johnny thing? Yeah, I'll see it. I'm curious to see it. Why not? Is it going to be streaming or is it only in theaters? I'll see it. I'll support him, sure. I also just like period pieces, so that's fine. You know, while we're talking about different movies, did you guys see the trailer for Trap? The trailer for Trap looks awesome. It's a new M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie with Josh Hartnett, and the idea is he takes his daughter to a pop concert, sort of like a like an Ariana Grande concert, basically, and Josh Hartnett's like, what's with all that? There's like so many cops here. It's like weird. There's like a really high cop presence, and then this guy's like, I'm not supposed to say anything, but you know this serial killer that's been out and about, that's like terrorizing the town. Like, the cops say he's gonna be here, and this whole thing is a sting operation to catch him. And of course, Josh Hartnett is the serial killer. And so now this whole thing is a cat and mouse chase. He's like, they've got cops at every exit. They're waiting to find him and catch him. And so it's like a cat and mouse chase of him trying to get out of the building without getting caught, and they're hunting for him. This like prolific serial killer. And he's there with his daughter, so he has to like deal with his daughter too. It's such a good idea. It is such a good bottle episode horror movie idea. And I have faith that he did it pretty well based on the trailer. And he's a very good director. 8 times out of 10. 8 times out of 10. So I'm super excited. It's just called Trap. The movie's called Trap. Go watch the trailer. I can't play it right now because we're streaming on YouTube too, and if I play it, YouTube will pull the stream down because they're cool like that. What if it's not his daughter and he just kidnapped her as a baby and has no? Oh, that's a really good point. Could be. There definitely could be a twist to it, knowing it's M. Night Shyamalan. I would assume there's some kind of interesting twist to it. The daughter thing could be it. We know there's a shot in it where he's watching on his phone the security cameras of somebody tied up in his house, and it's definitely it's like an older male, so it's like not like he's preying on young women like what his daughter would be. But that's a really good point that it could be something like that. I don't know. It is such a good idea. It is such a good idea. Did I watch Fallout on Prime? Yeah, we talked a little bit about it. I loved it. Solid 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I really liked it. Can't wait for season 2. Ended on a great cliffhanger. Love all the actors. Love the visual effects. Love the setting. Loved everything except for how gory it was, but I understand that the games are like that. So it's fine. I'll allow it. Oh, Girl from Yonder. Apparently the pop star in the film is his actual daughter, who's a singer. That's cool. I like that. I didn't know that. Arthur, horror movie idea based on The Sims. Take all the worst ways players tortured their Sims, but shoot it in a serious horror. So somebody's swimming in a pool and the ladder suddenly disappears, and that'd be kind of fun. I always imagine that it's like if we were abducted by aliens, it's like they probably just treat us like Sims or something, or like how we treat bugs. I don't know if we've seen anything depicted like that. Thought you were the only one to say M. Night Shyamalan and Ding Dong. I think the only reason I say that is because I think Tarantino said that. I think I'm quoting Tarantino. Because they asked him what his favorite like top 10 movies from the 2000s were, I think. And he had said, one of them said M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's which movie did he say? I forget which movie he said. I'm a big fan of fucking Unbreakable. I'm a huge fan of Unbreakable. Oh, Sixth Sense. Yeah, Sixth Sense. Duh, that's the one. He was saying one of his favorite movies is Sixth Sense, which I loved. Villain, hey, thanks for the resub. 19 months, hell yeah. Why would you think I was Malfoy in the Harry Potter series? I've mentioned this before, but the scary thing is now I realize that by the time the Harry Potter series comes out on HBO, I will be the same age as not Draco, obviously, but I will be old enough to be Lucius Malfoy. I will be the same age as his fucking dad, and that is upsetting. Because he's like in the books, and I think the actor at the time too, which is trippy. He was like mid to late 30s. Very weird. Can I give you a room tour? I mean, I get one of these days. I'll do a TikTok specific one. We'll do that. Glass was a great movie. I didn't see Glass. I need to though. The entire Unbreakable series, but Avatar was embarrassing. Yeah, I didn't see Avatar. I know that nobody liked it. It's fine. I have like no interest in watching that, frankly. I'm not a big like Avatar guy anyway. There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Like, I don't have anything to say about Taylor Swift's album. I didn't listen to it. I'm not a big Swiftie. I think her career is fascinating. I think you could write a million books on the audience development and marketing that Taylor Swift and her team have accomplished. It's incredible. Also, I think it's the most emo fucking title of all time, Tortured Poets Department. But I do appreciate the fact that it was a surprise double album. She's great at surprise shit. It's really, I have a lot of, I admire the audience development and marketing strategy. It is something to be admired. She's doing it right in every way. Susan, oh yeah, thanks for answering your question. No problem. Always happy to. Oh, also, you can kind of see it on screen here. I got a Galaga machine. One of those little arcade one-up machines, but I'm still happy about it. Here. Love me some Galaga. I like Glass too, yeah. I'm kind of out of topics. We can just bullshit for a while. I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut a couple of the streams and we'll just probably bitch on Twitch for a little bit. I'm not sure. Galaga's a blast from the past. Yeah, got a Galaga tattoo. It's my favorite arcade game by far. You can see it on TikTok. Yeah, all the ships there. It's my only color tattoo actually. I've been wanting to get some. I gotta get some more tattoos. I realize I want to do some chest stuff or like something that comes up from here. I want to do some more Italian stuff too. I don't know what though. I want to do some like architectural kind of like random designs, but I don't like Roman architecture. It's just arches and shit. So it's like, that's not very interesting. I'm going to do like arch patterns. No, doesn't make any sense. Billy, oh, thank you. It's nice of you to say. Lucille, wait, who's not single? His girlfriend's just as hot? Who are you talking about? You watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners finally? No, I didn't. No, I'm so far behind on. There's so much stuff I have to watch. There's so much stuff I still have to watch. I'm glad I actually watched the Fallout series, though. I would have been sad if I had missed it. What's the next thing I'm going to watch? Oh, yeah, a friend of mine's been trying to get me to watch The Tinder Swindler, if you know what that is. It's like a true crime documentary about this guy who was like a con artist. And I think he conned these people out of like millions of dollars via Tinder. I really want to read that or watch that. You watched it? It was good? Okay, I'm glad. I'll have to check it out. Man, I am tired today. Maybe I'll watch that today. I need to figure out something fun to do today. I was gonna drive to Vegas to visit a friend, but I haven't heard back, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I think I might just skip it. I don't know, but man, I've been like my sleep has been horrific. Have you seen Three Body Problem? No, but I've seen some mixed stuff. Is it good? Did you like it? I've definitely seen a lot of mixed stuff. Have you seen AI images of dark Harry Potter? The characters had tattoos, etc. Oh, they just made like emo versions. I love that. Three Body Problem was amazing. You weren't a fan of the writing, Arthur? Okay, that's fair. If you weren't a fan of the writing, it's very unlikely that I'm going to be a fan of the writing, and that can pull me out. Like I didn't like any of the writing in Wednesday. I didn't like a lot of the delivery. I didn't love what's her face. I didn't think she did a great job. It's just I was not a fan. I was not a fan of that at all. I couldn't watch more than a couple episodes. I cringed through the whole thing. I know a lot of people like Wednesday. I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. It just didn't work for me. Well, I'm glad I'm seeing a couple other people feel that way, that Wednesday was a flop, that you couldn't get into the first season of it. Yeah, it's like, and it's fine if you like that sort of, you know, Riverdale kind of feel, then that's fine. It's just not my jam. It didn't play for me. I have to watch Shogun. Yeah. And I know that they're not doing another season of it. It's just they did the book and they're done, which I kind of appreciate. Wonder what Beetlejuice would be like. I don't know. I'll watch it because I love Michael Keaton and I'll support him in anything. By the way, I think there was some rumor that Johnny was going to be in that. He's not in that. Just FYI. Did I watch the One Piece series? No, I heard it was great though. I'm not a huge anime guy. I have moments. I'll go through periods where I watch a bunch of anime, but I have not watched any One Piece. I know I would like it. And I know that the live action is very, very good. What was the last anime I watched? The last anime I watched was... I started getting into Demon Slayer, then I got distracted. Did I say I don't like Wednesday? Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan. I think I'd like the live action series. Yeah, I heard it was very, very good. Everyone seems to be very, very happy with it, which is awesome because that's very much not the case usually with anime live action. I gotta like do some work. I'm like super unhappy with the lighting and like the lens. Like I don't like how I look in this setup. And I mean, I miss my studio. I miss having, like, I have so much natural light here, but I don't have much control over it. I have to mess with stuff. And like right now I have light like hitting my computer, heating it up. I gotta work on this stuff. The Artful Dodger was quite fun. What the fuck is that? Did I like Christina Ricci Wednesday? No, I didn't like Christina Ricci Wednesday. I fucking loved Christina Ricci Wednesday. Addams Family Values is such a good movie. Such a good movie. And she's so good. Arthur, set in 1850s Australia, the series follows adult double life of Charles Dickens' former Prince of Thieves Dodger, now a surgeon, but who can't shake his predilection for crime. Well, that sounds kind of interesting. On Disney Plus. Oh, it's this kid. I love David Thewles, whatever the hell his name is. I love him. He's so good. I just inspired you to get an arcade tattoo. Fabulous, as you should. I'm trying to think. I do really want to play. You know, I will commit now. During the week, I am going to, or maybe tonight, or maybe tomorrow, I will stream Fallout New Vegas. I will start it. May or may not upload it to YouTube. I don't know if anyone's going to care about it on my YouTube, but I will stream it. I might as well. I don't know if I'm going to do it here, or maybe I'll do my TV setup, because I do have everything set up to do it over there if I wanted to. Am I watching? Oh, X-Men 79 or 97. That's what I have to watch. Yes. I forgot. Fallout New Vegas is the best one. Yeah. Oh, it's funny. You know that? What was that? I think it's Hard Drive. That like joke video game website. It's like The Onion for video games. Hard Drive. They had a joke where it's like it said Obsidian announces much better Fallout show. What happened to my studio? I moved. So now instead of having like a room that is the studio, now it's like the living room. But it's nice. I like my living room. It's nice. I have the concrete. This is the only wall that isn't all windows. And it's like south facing and all that. I have so much natural light, but arguably too much natural light, and I can't control it. Am I going to stream Hellblade 2? Possibly. I definitely am going to play Hellblade 2. I love Hellblade. DLeVio, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you. Did I move? Yeah, I lived for a year in Vegas, then I moved back here. I kind of miss Vegas, I'll be honest. I want to get out there more often. I wish hotels weren't expensive. I need a friend out there I can just stay with. I'd go out there all the time. We're only a month away from Hellblade 2? Jesus. That's wild. Do I have a podcast? Yeah. This would normally be the podcast. I don't know if I'm actually going to upload this because we haven't covered many topics, but yeah, this is every Saturday I recorded and upload a podcast. We talk about news of the week. I've just been in a weird. I didn't sleep great. I've been all over the place. So this is. I'll upload this. I'll edit it and upload it still. But yeah, this is technically I recorded live, so I can talk to you guys and get feedback. I like it. Although I'm starting to think I really liked the format of having a friend last time. I'm like, maybe I should just keep that format and just upload it as such. Recorded in 4K and 24 frames and just not do it live. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. But either way, I think next week I'm going to try to have my friend Max over. D-Lee, follow me on TikTok and thought to follow you on here too. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. I try to be on every platform as much as I can. My number one, though, I spend the most time on Instagram stories, weirdly. I think because it's so non-committal and I can do a bunch of stuff that isn't just me. I can do random photos of stuff and the cats and all that. I like being able to do text content and without having to deal with like the hate and random porn spam that is Twitter right now. But I do really like Instagram stories. I spend the most of my time on there. Tammy, thanks for the gifts. Appreciate you with the roses. Thank you. I'm trying to think. There was some other stuff coming up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the Renaissance Fair soon. The one in LA is not great. The one in like Wisconsin is incredible. The one in Texas is supposed to be insanely good. It's like an entire town. The one in LA is only okay, but we're still gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream it, but either way, I'll do lots of video content for it. So maybe next weekend. Maybe we'll do that. I want to try to get some friends together. I know that Jack and some people may be doing it eventually, but I'd like to get a group. Thanks, Penny. I also don't know generally if there's going to be enough cell signal there, but I have a very nice Renaissance costume. I have the tights, and then a cool vest kind of thing. I've got a whole deal. You just followed me on Instagram? Thanks. Yeah, Instagram's my favorite right now, honestly. The funny thing is, I like refuse to post reels. I finally posted one yesterday, me playing guitar with Valentina on me. I'm like still trying to figure out what I want to do next. I feel like I'm in between some content stuff right now. Because I like doing my entertainment chat stuff, but I also just want to do other stuff. I don't know. I'm having like a creative itch. I'm also going to get on ADHD meds soon, and I feel like that'll turn a switch on, and all of a sudden I'm going to like crap out an album, a movie, a book. We'll see what happens. Have I seen The Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Chiller? No. I know you posted that, and instead of doing, I know that they did like a whole kind of interview and like breakdown and all that kind of stuff. I never played the first Kingdom Come, or The Kingdom Come Deliverance. I never played that. I own it. I remember buying it, and I never ended up playing it. Your opinion on the TikTok ban? It's not going to get banned. They're going to force a sale probably. I don't know what moves politically ByteDance can do. I don't think they're going to. I think they'd probably rather sell it than see it just leave the market entirely, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up having to sell it and it'll get bought by a private equity firm that eventually sell it to Meta or something. But I guarantee you, whoever buys it will end up doing far more evil with it than whatever ByteDance could or would do. I like the true crime series. I want to get back to doing the true crime thing. I need to get a teleprompter to do it because I want to do it. I want to do the true crime podcast. I think I'm going to do it solo. I think I'm going to do solo videos for it, kind of like how Mr. Ballin does it. He's a friend. I like his format. I think I want to do that. I want to get that Elgato prompter. I just don't want to spend the money on it. I'm trying to get their people to send me one. But yeah, I liked it too. I like it, the whole. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, Shay, thank you for the TikTok on TikTok. It's I was doing one called Fame Kills about all true crime Hollywood stuff. So like famous deaths and crimes and things like that. So I think we did a couple episodes of it. I did it with my wife at the time, who's no longer a thing, and I don't know if I want to do it with somebody else anymore. I like just word vomiting, but also my favorite format of podcast has been like, my favorite podcast is Behind the Bastards, which is one guy spitting out all of it and then having somebody who like vaguely knows the idea who's reacting to it. So I also like that format, and then it eats up a little more time. I'll think about it. I gotta think about it. Arthur, Kingdom Come Deliverance, historical RPG from medieval Bohemia without any dragons magic. It's good. I like the more down to earth medieval stuff too. Yeah. The Texas Renaissance Fair is fun. Everything I've heard is that Texas is the best, then the one in Bristol in Wisconsin, and then everything else, including LA, is like way down here. Do I give feedback on people's books? Shay, I mean, it depends what the book is, but I'd be happy to. If you want to just, like, feel free to email me. I have my email in my bio. I really need to write a book. My next thing I really want to do, I want to write a media literacy book about how tabloids trick you, and then put out, like, a course or something where I like teach the book, and then I can give some kind of like bullshit certification through LinkedIn or something. I've seen Baby Reindeer. I have no idea what that is. Where do I live? I live in LA. There's a lot of death stories in Hollywood people don't know about. Yeah, exactly, and they're really interesting too. Again, the reason I care about media literacy is I know that I know all the tricks that can be played, but also like the economy of it means that you do reporting in a certain way. A lot of people realize that like there's a lot of these social media first accounts too that like there's only like 3 people that do actual real reporting, and then everybody else is an aggregator. And because they're aggregators who have no actual formal training or experience in like legitimate journalism, working in a newsroom, they will share bullshit. And that's how you end up with somebody who says something randomly on their friend's 2-viewer podcast, who none of them work in the entertainment industry. They just say it, and then someone else writes that up on some bullshit site, and then someone else sees it, and somebody else posts it, and somebody else posts that, and somebody else posts that, and then something ends up getting enough views due to a faulty algorithm, and now there are huge posts with millions of views on a piece of information that is complete bullshit. And so it's the tools in which you can figure out, I'm seeing something, let me do the forensics to figure out if this is something that's trustworthy or not, instead of just sharing it. It's the forensics of the media is what I want people to be able to focus on. It's tools like anything else. But also at its least important, it helps you be a better consumer of the news. At its most important, it's how you identify propaganda in a fascist state, which could be very important given that we're possibly entering World War III, if I may say so. Let's talk about who's good in Hollywood. One of my favorite celebrities is Jeff Goldblum. I've met Jeff Goldblum on several occasions. He would come and occasionally teach at the acting school I went to. I met him a couple times when his jazz band was playing. He drives around like a dented Prius. He is super down to earth and chill, effortlessly cool. He is a great guy. Who's the worst? Ben Stiller. He can go fuck himself. He's calmed down in his older age, but like you can see in his face, there's like almost a little bit of shame, and he's like a little more reserved now because I think it's the tiredness on the face that you can see on a lot of celebrities who have had to step on throats to get where they are. I think it's why Jay Leno has been aging so poorly. It's like there's this droopiness to him because of having to step on throats to get to where he is. Yeah, Ben Stiller like yelled at a friend of mine in the middle of a party, like all sorts of shit. There's lots of bad stories. Keanu Reeves is awesome. I don't have any personal experience with Keanu though. I can't speak to it. Gerard Butler's great. I had a good time with Gerard Butler. He was nice to me. He laughed at my jokes. Bless his heart. Who else have I made laugh? I made James Cameron laugh one time. Who else? I've had some good interactions. I've had some good celebrity interactions. Hi from Fargo. Hi. Nicolas Cage. I have not met Nicolas Cage. I've seen Nicolas Cage, but I've only heard good things about Nicolas Cage. I really, really want to hang out with Nicolas Cage. I would say he lives in Vegas, and I saw him in Vegas. I got to tell you, I'm never, ever like starstruck or anything, but seeing Nicolas Cage was the first time I was like, that's fucking Nicolas Cage. Jesus Christ. It was very weird. It was a very weird feeling. If you ever want to see Nicolas Cage, just hang out outside of Hell's Kitchen in Vegas. He goes there constantly. Saturday nights. I think, mostly. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything bad about Nicolas Cage. He's just a maniac. Still making nail polish? I haven't in a while. I need to do another drop of it. I just need to order... some more stuff. But I do need... Because I keep buying nail polish, and I fucking hate all the nail polish I buy. There's no good nail polish out there. I legitimately feel like I make the best nail polish in the world. I swear to God. When I say I mean the supplier I buy the individual things from, and then I combine into the colors and things I like. Like I take a good base that it's tin free, cruelty free, all that, good high quality colors, mix it to be like a really deep, really rich, add vitamin E for nail strength, add certain stuff to make it a one bottle matte. I make really good shit. You have to put a top clear coat on the polish. Fuck that. I refuse. But I make non-gel polish that goes on like gel. It's really good. It's really good stuff. I just got to make more of it. It's all black shade. No, I was doing like I had my first palette, if you want to say. It was black, red. What the fuck were the colors, guys? It was black, red, purple, and something else, and pink, like a hot pink. Yeah, those are my main colors for. I want to do like a baby blue. I've seen a lot of guys wearing like a baby blue color that I really like. I think I want to try one of those. And I want to do like a really, really deep blood red, like almost black, and just in the light you can see a little bit of red. I want to do that. I also bought stuff to have some pearlescent colors. Thought it'd be fun to do like a pearl blue, pearl purple, some stuff like that. Will the next roll be based on Fallout? No, but it could be. You could do those colors. You could do like a gold and a blue. That'd be interesting. I did have an idea to do that and do like Harry Potter house colors or something, and just like have it be not a licensed version of that, but you could just tell that's kind of what I was getting at. You're Pearl. Your name is Pearl, yeah. What's most difficult in my work? Well, like my work, like what aspect of my, like doing this stuff, or like producing or reporting or what? I will say with the black pearl, actually that'd be a good color to do. Could I do a pearlescent black? How would that work? I guess I could. It would just end up looking like, yeah, that actually could be cool. It would look like an oil slick is what it would look like. I haven't been in direct contact with Johnny. I keep in touch with his friends. I keep in touch with people who keep in touch with him. So like next time he comes into town, hopefully we'll hang out. He's like never in the States though. Never in the States. Slytherin green would be cool. Yeah, I want to do some greens. Send you your first batch. Yeah, I'll make some soon. Reporting. The problem is the consistency of reporting. It's because you need to put out a certain amount of stories per day, and you know you reach a level of desperation at a certain point that ends up getting people into trouble where you start reporting on bullshit. Like you see that all the time with like TMZ. It's like there's only a few original exclusives that they actually do, and everything else is a lot of bullshit based on social media, and then it ends up kind of muddying the waters in your own reputation of the thing. That's why it's like I try to not make content for the sake of making content, and only doing it when I really feel like I have a deep motivation to do it or something to say. Go to cast in a live action Zelda movie. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge Zelda guy. I'm not one of those, so I'm not a good person to ask. Cat eye black? Cat eyes aren't black. I could do a cat eye like yellowish. From a media analysis POV, you're very fascinated by how TMZ handled the Diddy raids. I mean, all they did was it happened, and then they called everybody. That's all that happens. It's nothing's too crazy. It's just like they picked up the phone. Can you do like a black nail polish? I wonder if I could do a nail polish with like gold flakes in it. And there's no reason I couldn't do that, right? I like editing videos. The hardest part is, honestly, I wish I really need to get that teleprompter from Elgato. It would help so much because I like writing, and then the easiest thing would be like I could sit down and just fart out the video, and then it would take 5 minutes of them just reading off a prompter. Because then it's like the insecurity of having to like put yourself on camera and do it is just horrific. So being able to just read it off a prompter is much easier. Then it takes 5 minutes to just do the video. Then you can spend the rest of your time. Can you use a software solution? Yeah, but the problem is it's the eye contact thing. Like right now, you see I'm looking down, reading your comments. If I had that Elgato prompter, I could be reading your comments directly to the camera like this, which I would prefer to do. Susan, thanks. I think I'm too old to be an actor now, but I do eventually want to do. I'll be in my own shorts or horror movie or something. I've taken acting classes and shit. It mirrors is what a teleprompter is, Arthur. Yeah, that's all it is. It's a piece of reflective glass at an angle and then a monitor under it. That's all it is. But the Elgato one just happens to be very, very specific to what streamers need, which is nice. They're the same, no longer married. Yeah, I got divorced a bit ago. I'm like dating and stuff. I'm back out there. I'm doing all that stuff. I'm doing fine. Gonna have my own production company. Well, I really want to do. I have several horror movie ideas I really want to do. It's actually it's funny. I realized my thing when I used to make shorts in like high school and stuff. I would always do my signature was I would do a lot of stuff that had involved like kill rooms. And I liked that because it was easy to do. You shoot it in someone's garage, you buy $40 worth of plastic lining from Home Depot, hang it, backlight it, and now you have huge production value. It looks really cool. And I realized I'm in an industrial loft right now. I could easily turn this into a cool looking kill room and do something. Like I wrote a short that was like an intro to It was like a horror short, and you don't realize it until the end of it that it's actually the opening scene to like a Batman Beyond movie. And Terry McGinnis shows up at the end of it, but the whole thing is in a kill room. I'm like, I could shoot that here easily. Thinking about it. You were so shocked by participant shutting down? Me too. It's crazy to watch these institutional production companies get shut down. It's like what was that? I forget the name of it, but there was this CG company, the special effects company. They had like just won an Oscar, and then they shut down the same year they were nominated for an Oscar. So it's like if they go up to accept an Oscar, it's going to be on people who just got fired. It's insane. Do I like Shaun of the Dead? Absolutely. Shaun of the Dead is fucking awesome. Your nail polish never arrived. Speaking of it, oh shit. DJ, sorry, I'll send you back the money. If it never got, I'm sorry. And we talked about it forever ago. I'll send it back to you. Are you gonna go back to your natural hair color? Probably not. Julia, hey, what's up? My idea with bleaching my hair is that eventually, one day, I'll wait for my roots to grow in, and then they just won't. I'll be like, oh, I haven't had to bleach my hair in a while, and then it'll just dawn on me that now I have gray hair, and be like, okay, done, cool. That's my theory right now, I think. If anything, maybe I'll go to like a more natural blonde or something. I don't know. But right now it's nice because this ends up fading out to like a natural blonde, so it gets me more longevity, but we'll see. Last time I didn't have bleached hair, I remember I was dating somebody and I remember her going like, oh, you've got a patch of gray hair in the back. I was like, what? So it's like now God knows. That was like 7 years ago or 5 years ago. Like God knows how much more gray hair I have. Your ex had white pretty much as natural platinum blonde you can get. That's awesome. That's really cool to have natural platinum blonde. It was Anderson Cooper white. Oh yeah, he has white hair. Anderson Cooper's very white. Shave your eyebrows and eyelashes. Shave my eyelashes? Jesus Christ, no. Ray, thanks. Love you too. You ever tried red hair? Yes. Yes, I did try red hair. I had fire engine red spiked hair in high school. Sure did. You do a film with me? You're setting up in West Virginia right now to shoot a feature soon? Hey, let me know, Rick. Hit me up. I'll come out. I'll do whatever you want. Oh yeah, shave. I'm reading weird messages from Twitch. Somebody said to shave my eyebrows and eyelashes. No, I don't think anybody's ever shaved their eyelashes. That seems weird. That seems illegal. It seems super illegal. Anyways, I'll be honest. I'm tired. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I might stream later. I might stream from my couch setup playing Fallout New Vegas. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Right now I don't have any Saturday night plans. Saturday, right? Today's Saturday, right? Yesterday was Friday? Yeah, today's Saturday. Yeah. Yes, I'm single. We talked about that, yes. Rick, there's my email's in my bio. It's just Morgan at 310pr.com. Morgan at 310pr.com. I literally just broke up with my manager, so that's my only contact right now. Appreciate you though, Rick. That'd be fun. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna kill TikTok first. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you, and I will. If I'm back, I might be back on. I'll be back on Twitch, maybe TikTok as well. But I'll let you guys know. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All right, and I'm gonna cut YouTube as well. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you very much. This is fun. I'm a little out of it today, so I apologize. And I definitely could have done more stuff. I woke up a little late. Struggled with the lighting a little bit, so I'm kind of getting my bearings. But I want to do next week. I will hopefully have Max on. So we'll have another like podcast. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much. And bye, YouTube. Appreciate you. How's my mental health? It's actually not bad. It's not bad. I want to start ADHD med super soon, but it's not bad. Thank you for asking. All right. Bye, YouTube.